Hi everybody, it's me, Andrew, and I know it's been a while since I've posted a video to YouTube, I think. Um, but I wanted to talk about something really important today. And if you can guess what it is from the title, you get a cookie. It's self-love. And I wasn't gonna make a video today. I had no plans to make a video today. I was literally I did not know that I was gonna do this. So bear with me. I'm gonna ramble as I always do, but that's why you guys love me, right? Of course it is. So I was using a deck, the Divine Feminine Oracle, and had I thought better, I would have already had the box out, but I have it now. By Megan Watterson, and I have a very feminine centered altar right now. I literally have Kuan Yin, Isis, Mother Mary. I have the Work Your Light deck by Rebecca Campbell, the Star Child Tarot, and the Divine Feminine Oracle. So I have a very, very, very feminine altar, which isn't bad. I do think I need to balance it out with a little more masculinity, just so I have that balance and that duality. But right now, that's what I have, and I see why it was meant for me to have that right now. So I drew a card, and this wasn't my personal card of the day, but it was one that I drew on the app version of the deck, and which I love the app versions of the deck, especially when they're free. So I drew this card, and this is Sarah La Kali. Now, Sarah is also known as Saint Sarah. This card says she is the queen of the outsiders. Excuse me. This video is not going to be so much about her. It's going to be about what she represents. So you see Queen of the Outsiders, and then it says, I have arrived. I am where I will always be, in love. So self-love is a topic that I feel like people talk about a lot, and they don't really either know what it means, myself included, or they don't practice it and expect everybody else to practice it because they talk about it. But for me, and I'm going to talk a little bit about myself for a minute before I go into this, because I wouldn't be me if I didn't sidetrack and talk about random things. But I'm not random, I'm important, and you are too. So for me, I've been on this journey lately of trying to become more authentic, especially on social media. So you'll notice if you look at like one of my first Instagram posts, let's see. I'm actually going to pull one up while I'm on this video so we can look and see kind of what I used to be or who I used to be kind of versus who I am now. And it's really important that we see this transformation because alright, so let's see. Honestly, I can't even find a really good one. But either way, put my sounds on. I used to be like this love and light, like angel card person, and that's how I started, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, and that's amazing. But that wasn't who I was all the time. And it's not that I wasn't being authentic. It's not that I was purposefully being inauthentic or that I was, living two different lives. But I honestly felt like I had to be somebody else. I felt like I had to be this love and light, no curse words, angel card reader who's so love and light. And I think a really big part of that kind of came from being associated with, Doreen Virtue. And if I felt like I had to be a certain way and talk a certain way and do certain things because I was associated with her. And now that, I realized that when she left her path and she started her new one, I realized how I was putting her on a pedestal, and I have videos about that. You can see them on my channel. I'll link them below if you want to see my whole opinion on the Doreen Virtue thing. It's down below. We're not talking about it today. But when she changed her, my cat's like laying on a plastic bag right now. When she changed her belief system, it really kind of prompted me to look at my own, and it prompted me to look at places that I just wanted to be more real. And I wanted to be more relatable because yes, I'm this love and light person, but like chances are, as soon as I get done typing that card of the day, I'm like, fuck, I forgot to do something, or I curse, and I'm like, no, 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 and I'm like, that's who I am, right? Like, it felt weird to me, honestly, in some ways, to seem like I was this, like, love and light, like, teacher and this, like, you know, la 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 la, like, up in the air kind of person. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not who I am all the time. You know, even, you know, even people that are pretty prominent in the community, in the angel card community that I'm friends with, like tag me and post on Facebook about cursing and like how they're seen as enhancers, and we all joke like they know that it's me, like I just cuss a lot, and I began this journey of being really authentic and really real, and really upfront about who I am, and it started because I have an amazing coach, whose name is Andrew as well, so you can't not be great. And he really has been helping me kind of find my way a little bit and encouraging me. And it's so crazy to see where I was when I first started this journey and where I am now, because now I'm saying fuck it. I'm saying on Instagram, on my business account, that I don't give a flying purple fuck what people think. And I'm literally like, I'm being myself, and it feels liberating and it feels amazing. But there's still this aspect to myself that even though I'm being authentic, and even though I'm being myself, or I'm coming out of my shell more fully, there's still a self-love aspect that is really, really difficult for me. And I believe that part of being authentic and part of being real, and especially when you're somebody who, you know, I don't want to say I'm influential because I don't necessarily think that I'm that influential, but you know, someone who you see and who you follow, when you see them becoming more real and authentic, it gives you that like oomph to do the same, right? So for me, I feel like talking about self-love and my struggle and my battle with self-love is something that is authentic and that I can help all of you with too. And we can kind of just do this journey together, because no one's going to get it. Like, no one is going to be 100% perfect all the time. Abraham Hicks says, you'll never get it done and you'll never get it wrong. So we're literally always doing what we're supposed to be doing, even if it feels like we're not, because there's always a reason and a higher plan behind it. So this video is really going to be talking about self-love and how a lot of times we feel like there's so much that's wrong with us, or there's so much that, oh, by the way, I'm wearing a Madonna shirt, so that's just another divine feminine thing, because whether you like it or not, she's divine feminine. Like, she's divine. I just noticed that's really funny that happened. But it's really important that we begin to see self-love as not something that we have to do, right? Like, I have to love myself. We need to see it as an extension of who we are. Not even an extension, who we are. We need to see self-love as being something that is innate in us. And I think that a lot of times we feel so comfortable, you know, calling on the guides for help, and calling on our spirit guides, calling on the angels, calling on whoever for help with whatever we ask them for help for, but we really don't take the time to love ourselves, because we feel like that's just outside of our comfort zone. Because even though it's loving ourselves, we still feel like we are separate from it, right? We still feel like we are, you know, at arm's length with it, because we can list a million things that are wrong with ourselves. Like, I have issues around my body, and, you know, I'm working on it, and I am, you know, I've started working out again, and I'm really happy. But you have to love your body before it can get better. You have to love your body before, because if you don't love your body, then you're not going to get anywhere, because you're working out out of hate of what you look like, instead of love for who you are. And I think a really big part of self-love is identifying patterns that are keeping us from being our true selves, or that are keeping us from, you know, experiencing what that love is like. So I'll give you an example. This is kind of a personal example, and I hope he doesn't mind me sharing this. But me and my boyfriend got into a fight recently. And I realized that the fight stemmed from my my need to be right over my want to be happy. And I realized that this need to be right comes from like traumatic experiences of being told that I was wrong, and comes from experiences of never feeling like I was good enough and feeling like I always was less than. So that manifests itself into me trying to find faults with other people, because if I can find faults with other people, then that means that, I feel better about myself because I have found a fault in somebody else. And that kind of judgment and that kind of cycle is really damaging. And it's really, really time that we all start saying that being happy is more important. Being happy is more important. And self-love is more important. Loving who you are. And this isn't that fluffy kind of, oh, I love myself. Like that cocky, like, not saying you can't be cocky, because be cocky, like, hey, do it. But I'm saying self-love is deeper than that. Self-love is deeper than your outward appearance. Self-love is loving who you are on the way to getting where you want to be. Loving where you are on the way to where you want to be. Because you have to love where you are. You cannot move forward if you do not love where you are. Let me say it again for the people in the back. You cannot move forward until you love where you are. Until you feel love where you are, you cannot move forward. And there's always something about your situation that you can send love to, right? You're not ever in a situation where there's not something you can send love to. I'm not saying like if you're in a really bad situation, you have to be, oh my God, I love that I can't pay rent this month. No, send love to your bank account. Send love to your landlord. Send love to your apartment. Send love to it. Be here now. Be in this space and send love to where you are. Because I think we see self-love as a place we have to get to. I'm going to get to the place where I love myself. I'm going to get to the place where I feel comfortable with myself. I'm going to get to the place where I love myself fully. And I'm actually going to say, you're already there. This card even says, I have arrived. I am where I will always be. You're already there, darling. You're here. You're in this space where you can love yourself. And it's not something that has to happen later on. It's not something that has to happen, whatever. It can happen right now. Because you're never not worthy of it. No matter what's happened in your life, you're not worthy to, you're not, whatever's happened in your life should not hinder you from feeling self-love. It should not hinder you from loving yourself, because it is a part of who you are. It doesn't define who you are. What happened to you does not define you, but it is a part of who you are. It is an extension of who you are, really. Because without it, you wouldn't be in the place that you are in right now. So it's really important that you begin to see yourself as not someone who needs to get to the place where they can love themselves, but as someone who's already in a place that they can love themselves, that you can send love to yourself. You can send love to your hips that maybe you don't like, or to whatever. Or you can send love to that wounded part of yourself that's keeping you from loving others, that's keeping you in that place of judgment. Self-love, and I feel like I'm a preacher right now, but we're just going to go with it, right? Self-love is a necessity. Self-love is not optional. And I said earlier in this video that don't feel like it's something you have to do, which is true. Don't feel obligated to love yourself, because there's a lot of obligations that we put off. There's a lot of things that we have to do that we put off, but self-love is not one of them, right? Self-love is something that should be a priority for us. We should put ourselves first. And I know if you're a light worker and if you're a healer and a teacher, you have this innate need to put everybody else before you. Like, I'm here to serve other people. No, bitch, you're here to serve yourself. You're here to help yourself first. If you don't help yourself first, you cannot help other people. If you do not help yourself first, you cannot help other people. One more time, if you do not help yourself first, you cannot help other people. So you can't expect to be in a space where you can love yourself openly and abundantly if you are not taking time out for yourself. If you're not sending love to yourself, surround yourself in a bubble of pink light, whatever it needs to do. If self-love is however you define it, however you want to define it. It is a very personal thing. But the purpose of this video is to tell you, you are not, and let me repeat this, you are not ever too far from self-love. And I'm actually going to read you what the, because I was getting it up on my phone a while ago, I'm going to read you what the guidebook says about this saint and like the message that you can use. And I have to say, these apps are phenomenal. I love them so much. It's just the greatest. Because if it wasn't for these, I'd be carrying all my decks around with me. Let's see. Let me just find it really quick. But it's really, really important. And the message here just struck a chord in me. Okay, so I'm going to read you what it says. So no matter who you are or where you are, Saint Sarah's love is the kind that reaches you. There's nothing you need to perfect or prove. There's nothing you need to wait to become. There's only the deep, abiding truth that love is not outside of you. You are never an outsider to love. You are love. Saint Sarah is the ultimate love card, the one that whispers what you've always known, that love is our true purpose and our only true home. Love is where we will all arrive, no matter how persecuted, how lonely, how outcast we might feel, no matter how long it has been since we felt loved. Saint Sarah is the healing that comes when we embody love again. She is here to welcome us back to the singular destination we actually never left. Home is only ever as far as we allow ourselves to be separate from the space of our own heart. So there's nothing you have to do better. There's nothing you have to do right now but love yourself. There's no other, this is the overarching theme. A Course in Miracles says only love is real. Only love is real. Everything else is not real. Love is real. Everything comes from love. If you feel like you need help with this, ask Saint Sarah to help you. You can even screenshot this if you want. But it's really, really important that you realize that self-love is something that it's not a chore. It's a gift. To be able to love yourself, to be able to send love to yourself even though there are things you don't like about yourself, even though there are things you wish you could change. Let me tell you something. Everybody on this fucking planet has something they want to change about themselves. What your job is to love yourself while you're making these changes, not wait to love yourself until after the change is made. Because if you don't love yourself as you're making these changes, then it's not going to work. You're never going to get there because you're already there. You're too focused on, like, it's like me being really focused on sitting in this chair and really wanting to sit in this chair without realizing that my ass is sitting in this chair. Like, you're already here. Shift your perception. Experience a miracle. And know that when you shift your perception, you're here. You're already in love, whatever that looks like to you. Close your eyes and let love surround you. Whatever form love takes, as long as it's healthy. I'm not talking about love. Let me backtrack here. Close your eyes and feel self-love. And feel that self-love that is not contingent upon how somebody else feels about you or what somebody else has said about you. Let your worth be determined by the love that you have for yourself and the love that you are already a part of. That is the message today. That is what you are here to do. So I know I've been preaching a little bit in this video. I know I've came across preachy, and I don't apologize for it because you know what? You needed to fucking hear this. And so go love your goddamn self. And it's like RuPaul says, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else? Can I get an amen? But no, for real, guys, like, really. This is your challenge for the day, for the week, whatever you want to do. You know, really just take a moment, get in your heart space, whatever that looks like to you, and let yourself feel love for yourself. I'm actually offering something to kind of help with this that my guides told me, because a lot of people just need a little extra push. So I'm actually offering a self-love reading for this week. So it's only going to be available for this week. and the link to all the information to it is down below. But I really want to do something for people who need a little extra support, who need a little extra help. It's very inexpensive because I wanted to make it accessible to everybody, but I really wanted to be of service to people and to help you. So if this is something you want support in, I'm using the Divine Feminine Oracle cards to help you kind of find that love, to help you be able to illuminate your path a little bit more, right? So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it helped you. I hope that it served you. If you want to work with me in any other capacity, all of my reading offers are down below. There are going to be a few of them that are leaving soon. So if you want to snag one, they'll be leaving the first week of June. So if you want to snag one of them, grab it. You can actually use the code YouTube for $10 off whatever you want. I also have a reading that's kind of more me that I'm offering now. It's called the Fuck It reading, where I use the Leaf Fear Behind Oracle and the Rebel deck that I am offering for $17 until May 31st. Yeah, May 31st. So you can glom into that. You just send $17 to the PayPal link below. But yeah, I'm here for you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much for all your love and support. I hope this video served you. Leave a comment. Let me know. And bye.